Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from T and J, and just before getting into this debut of Hunter Harvey, I just want to check out a couple of our players. So Franklin Gutierrez hitting 301. Let's just look at his stats. So he's hitting 301 right now, 71 RBIs. Look at his home run total, 32. That's the most. He's already hitting more home runs this year than his last two seasons, and that's a real, he's gonna get an extension. He's 36 years old and he's still hitting this well. His hitting zones are all red, and what's funny is that he actually has so he has another year left on his contract, so maybe he doesn't have to have an extension, but I thought I remember giving him a contract. Okay, so maybe it was the last offseason we gave him a contract, but look at this. He's still getting better in power versus right. Look, it's going up 3 points. And if we look at the awards here, if we go to awards and go to the Hank Aaron Award, he's actually in the lead to win it for best hitter. That would be something if he won that. So Frank Gutierrez surprising the league at age 36. And one more person I wanted to look at here. So Jorge Mateo came back from the DL. I put him in AAA. He's hitting 300 right now. So he actually came back in dramatic fashion and is killing it. So I don't have a reason to move him up because Hernan Perez is doing actually pretty well. He's only hitting 243, but in actuality, I mean, he's doing well for me at the leadoff spot. So unless Jorge Mateo goes on a tear, I mean, he'll be a part of the September call-ups. Don't worry about that. But as far as getting clock in the actual playoffs, if we make it, I'm not getting ahead of myself still, but I don't know if we'll really need him. I mean, we'll have him on the roster, but we don't know if he'll be starting ahead of Hernan Perez, because Hernan Perez, though, the only thing about him is that he's such a good utility player that I can play him anywhere. It's good to have him on the bench just in case somebody gets hurt during the game. He would be the first guy off the bench for sure. Brett Phillips hitting 253. But you know what's funny is Christopher Kelly, the guy we traded for, he's actually a top 50 prospect. And one thing I wish MLB The Show would change is that, there should be top 50 prospects in AAA as well. I see, because once I move him up to AAA, he gets removed from the top 50 prospects. So I wish they would change the criteria for that. And even then, it seems like they only have 8 potential guys in the top 50 prospects. If you look at all these guys, I mean, there's only 38 of them. So this guy's actually at the MLB level. This guy's B potential as well. So I don't understand. It's very confusing on how this is a top 50 when there's not even 50 guys here. So James Chi is number 30. It doesn't even say he's a top 50 in my... Let's look at him. James Chi. So it does say he's top 50. So before it didn't say he's top 50. Now it says he's top 50. I'm just confused. I don't know the criteria. What makes them top 50? Is it just their potential? Is it their play and potential? I don't know. But man, without further ado, let's just get into this, man. Let's get into the debut of Hunter Harvey at the MLB level, going up against the Rockies. And the Rockies, man, they come with the bats. They always come to Miller Park with the bats. So let's get into this. Let's go. Hunter Harvey, and he's already had 2 starts on the year. Remember, we got him from Baltimore, so they had him at the MLB level, I believe. Either they had him at the MLB level when I got him, or had him up there before. But we are going up against the Rockies, who just hit the ball hard every time we play them. And this game is no different, as Carlos Gonzalez comes to the plate and he knocks one opposite field over the left field wall. He's actually having the best year of his career in this franchise this year, 2019. And what's funny about that, in real life, they were actually talking about trading him. They were talking about getting rid of him. Does he still have it? And just last year in 2016, he had a great year. And now all of a sudden they're trying to get rid of him. So Hunter Harvey does settle down. He does get out of this inning. So we're facing Tyler Anderson, who has a 109 whip. I mean, he is killing it this year, 11-5. And, you know, the thing about his windup is that he has this like herky-jerky kick motion when he pitches, and it kind of throws off your timing, because if you're not truly focused, he can get one past you. He can sneak a slider. I mean, he has a pretty good, you know, form. I mean, to throw you off rhythm. So here Hunter Harvey is back on the mound, and Trevor Story hits one off the wall. Franklin Gutierrez comes up throwing. He throws him out. So Hunter Harvey is cruising here. He doesn't give up a run since that first inning, since that 2-run bomb he gave up. And he strikes out 2 in the 5th, and that's going to be it for his short day. But here, Franklin Gutierrez, we come up to bat. Jock Peterson comes up.
Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run.
All he does is hit home runs, it seems like. Every time I'm playing with him, he's hitting a bomb at least. And like I said, it continues to be so much fun to play with him, because you never know. Anytime he gets up versus a righty, and this time is versus a lefty that he gets a home run. But that pitch was right down the middle. He left it right in his wheelhouse. So now he's facing Travis Shaw, another lefty, and he gets a hit to the right side. And this is with 2 outs. So we have a string of lefties that come up versus Tyler Anderson. And this time Eric Thames hits one down the right field line. So we're putting together a string of hits with 2 outs. I hold Travis Shaw up at third. He doesn't have the speed to get in there. So Tucker Barnhart comes up, but he pops out to right field. So 2 is all we're going to get out of this inning. But we at least do tie the game up at 2. And here I have Taylor Youngman into pitch. He is, I mean, his transition to the bullpen has been great for us. I really like Taylor Youngman, man. He's one of the original Brewers. I like him a lot, and you know, he's not too old. So here in the 8th, he gets Carlos Gonzalez here to pop out to left field. So we get out of that inning, and we're on to the bottom of the 8th here, and Frank Gutierrez gets walked. I think he had 3 walks in this game. And Jock Peterson comes up and hits a laser to the shortstop, and they bring in a relief pitcher out of the bullpen to get them out of this inning to face another lefty in Travis Shaw, and they get Travis Shaw to strike out. So we are on to the 9th inning here, and Taylor Youngman is doing a pretty good job in a relief role here. He gets us to the bottom of the 9th. Eric Thames comes up. He can't do anything. He's popping out. He didn't have a great day besides that double down the line. Tucker Barnhart, he's hot and cold for us. At times he's good. At times he's just, you know, average. But he does make contact a lot, which I like. But Arcia can't get it done. And we go to extras. So here Taylor Youngman hangs one over the middle in the 10th inning, and right away, I mean, like I said, they can hit the ball, so I have to bring in Steve Gelt here because I know he can get us out of these situations. Like I said, right on cue, he gets the first batter that he faces to strike out, and they do swipe a bag on us. And that's the only thing about Barnhart is that sometimes I see that a lot of fast runners do try to steal bases on him a lot more often than they did on Jet Bandy. But we do get Charlie Blackmon to strike out there, so we are on to the bottom of the 10th inning. And Lewis Brinson hits a little dribbler back to the pitcher, so we're now on to the 13th inning. And this time we have Corey Knebel in. I kind of used more relief pitchers than I wanted to, but oh well, I guess you have to do what you got to do. So here Corey Knebel is giving up another hit to the right side. This one's to Charlie Blackmon. So they got guys on first and second, and I'm forced to bring in a lefty because they're getting a hold of my right-handed pitchers. So here Antonio Bastardo comes in, and I try to at least get the guy at second so I can turn 2 with 1 out here. And Carlos Gonzalez strikes out on an outside pitch there. So we got 2 outs, 3-2 count to Trevor Story, and we walk the power-hitting shortstop. But next up, Nolan Arenado hits a little dribbler, but I don't know what Antonio Bastardo was doing. It's like he had such a late reaction to that. He was too caught up in his windup, and he let a little dribbler go right past him. So now we have one last chance to tie it up or win the game here in the 13th off of a bonehead play by Antonio Bastardo. And here Hernan Perez strikes out. So we got 2 outs here, and Brenton comes up and he's clutch for us. He hits a base knock to center field. So we got a guy on first with 2 outs. Hope is still alive here, and Franklin Gutierrez hits a ground ball, and that's going to be game. No, it's not. The throw is off. So now we got guys on first and third, and let's take it down to the field for Jock Peterson.
There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field, but not quite enough as it's off the center field wall. In to score, the runner from third. Now the relay home. And they're going to walk off with a 4-3 victory.
Jock Peterson is clutch for us, man. Hitting home runs. He drives in all 4 runs this game, and we go on to win it. And he gets the Gatorade bath. What a comeback in extras to beat the Rockies. The Rockies bring the bats, but we overcome them. Hunter Harvey doesn't get the win, but a solid debut. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode.